A-10 Warthog. Just hearing that name sends a chill down the spine of anyone who has ever faced it on a battlefield. For over 5 decades, this aircraft has been the most feared close air support platform in the history of modern warfare. Generals tried to retire it. Budget committees tried to cut it. And yet, here we are in 2026, and the United States Air Force just conducted one of the most impressive live-fire weapons evaluations in recent memory, proving once again that the Warthog is far from finished. In fact, it just got a whole lot deadlier. Today, we are going to break down exactly what happened during these tests, what new ammunition was used, why it matters for the future of US air power, and what this means for anyone on the wrong side of American military force. Stay with us, because what you are about to hear is going to change the way you think about this legendary aircraft. Let's start from the beginning, because to understand why these tests are so significant, you first need to understand what the A-10 Thunderbolt II actually is, and why it has survived every single attempt to retire it. The A-10 was designed in the late 1960s and early 1970s with one mission in mind: kill tanks. Lots of them. Quickly, the Soviet Union had thousands of armored vehicles ready to pour through the Fulda Gap in Germany, and the US military needed something that could stop them. What Fairchild Republic engineers came up with was not a sleek, high-speed jet. It was something far more practical, far more brutal, and far more effective. They built the plane around a gun. Not just any gun. The Ju-8 Avenger, a 7-barrel 30mm rotary cannon that is literally the size of a Volkswagen Beetle. This weapon fires depleted uranium rounds at a rate of nearly 3,900 rounds per minute. To put that in perspective, every single second that trigger is held down, 65 rounds are leaving that barrel at nearly 1,000 meters per second. A single 2-second burst can tear through the top armor of almost any main battle tank on Earth. It is not a weapon. It is a force of nature mounted on wings. But the Ju-8 is only part of the story. A-10 was also built to survive. Its cockpit is surrounded by a titanium bathtub, literally a tub of titanium armor that can withstand hits from 23mm rounds. Its flight control systems are redundant, meaning the aircraft can still fly and land even after losing one engine, half its tail, or large sections of its hydraulic systems. Pilots have brought back A-10s with one engine, missing landing gear, and massive holes in the fuselage. There are stories from Iraq and Afghanistan where Warthog pilots flew their aircraft home after absorbing damage that would have destroyed any other jet in the inventory. This aircraft was designed to take punishment and keep fighting. And that philosophy, that raw, unapologetic toughness, is exactly what has kept it in service for so long. Now, fast forward to today. For the past decade, the Air Force has been trying to retire the A-10 in favor of newer platforms like the F-35. The argument was simple. The F-35 is stealthy, it is modern, it has advanced sensors, and it can do many of the same missions. But here is the problem. It cannot do them the same way. The A-10 can fly low and slow, loiter over a battlefield for extended periods, communicate directly with ground troops, and deliver overwhelming firepower at a moment's notice. The F-35, for all its incredible technology, is not designed for that kind of sustained, low-altitude, close air support. And the soldiers on the ground know the difference. Every time the retirement debate came up, infantry units, special operations forces, and combat veterans pushed back hard. They had seen what the Warthog could do when they were pinned down and needed immediate fire support. They were not willing to give that up for a stealth fighter that costs 4 times as much and cannot loiter over a target for more than a fraction of the time. So the A-10 survived. And now, rather than simply maintaining the existing fleet, the US Air Force has taken a bold step forward. They have begun a serious modernization effort to make the A-10 more capable than it has ever been. The centerpiece of this effort, at least in terms of what we are seeing right now, is the integration of new specialized ammunition designed to defeat a new generation of threats. This is where it gets really interesting, because the battlefield has changed. The enemies the United States military faces today are not lined up in neat rows of tanks crossing an open plain. They are dug in. They are hidden underground. They are protected by reinforced concrete, hardened bunkers, and fortified positions specifically designed to survive conventional airstrikes. And that is exactly the problem the new ammunition program is designed to solve. During the most recent Weapons System Evaluation Program, known as WSEP, conducted at the Gun Evaluation Facility, 10 pilots flew live-fire missions against targets that simulated real-world hardened and underground facilities. These are the kinds of targets that have become increasingly common as adversaries around the world have studied American air power and adapted their tactics accordingly. If you know a precision-guided bomb is coming, you build deeper. You reinforce your command centers. You put your most critical assets underground. It is a logical response, and it demands a counter-response. The new penetrator ammunition being tested for the A-10 is specifically engineered to do what standard rounds cannot: punch through reinforced concrete and steel, travel deep into hardened structures, and detonate at the precise moment needed to cause maximum destruction. This is not just an upgrade. This is a capability leap. What made these tests particularly impressive was not just the ammunition itself, but the way the A-10 was integrated into a broader combat architecture during the evaluation. The aircraft did not operate alone. It worked in coordination with the AC-130J Ghost Rider, the most advanced gunship in the world, which provided overlapping fire support and sensor coverage. The CH-53E Super Stallion handled logistics and rapid response, ensuring that aircraft, crews, and munitions could be repositioned quickly as the exercise evolved. C-130 platforms managed coordination and communications, creating a real-time combat network that mirrors exactly how these assets would be used in an actual conflict. This is important because it shows that the A-10 is not being treated as a relic or a legacy platform. It is being fully integrated into the modern joint force structure, positioned as a key component of a coordinated, multi-platform kill chain. The results of the evaluation were, by all accounts, exceptional. Every target was neutralized. Not most of them, all of them. Fortified ground positions, simulated underground command facilities, hardened vehicle shelters. The combination of the A-10's precision, the new ammunition's penetrating capability, and the coordinated support from partner platforms produced a near-perfect outcome. And this was under evaluation conditions designed to be as realistic as possible. The scenarios were not easy. The targets were not soft. The evaluation was structured to genuinely test the limits of the system, and the system performed. When you consider that these are the exact types of targets the US military anticipates facing in high-end conflict scenarios, the significance of that performance becomes very clear. Let us talk for a moment about what this means strategically. We are living through a period of significant global tension. Multiple potential adversaries have invested heavily in underground infrastructure, hardened command and control facilities, buried weapons storage, reinforced leadership bunkers. These investments are not accidental. They are deliberate responses to American air power dominance. The logic is simple. If you can survive the first wave of airstrikes, you retain the ability to fight back. The new A-10 ammunition program directly attacks that logic. It says to any adversary, there is no bunker deep enough, no concrete wall thick enough, no underground facility protected enough to be beyond the reach of American close air support. That is a powerful strategic message, and it is delivered not through a press release, but through a live-fire weapons evaluation that leaves absolutely no doubt about the outcome. There is also a cost dimension to this that deserves attention. The F-35 costs approximately $80 million per aircraft. Each flight hour runs somewhere between $30,000 and $40,000. The A-10, by contrast, costs a fraction of that to operate. Upgrading existing A-10 airframes with new ammunition and avionics is dramatically more cost-effective than replacing them with next-generation aircraft, especially for missions where stealth is not a primary requirement. Close air support, by its nature, happens at low altitude in direct coordination with ground forces. You are not sneaking up on the enemy, you are providing immediate, overwhelming firepower in support of troops who are already in contact. For that mission, the A-10's survivability, loiter time, and firepower density make it not just adequate, but optimal. The new ammunition integration only strengthens that case. Now, some of you are probably wondering, what happens next? Where does the A-10 go from here? Based on what we are seeing from these evaluations, the trajectory is clear. The US Air Force is committed to keeping the A-10 operationally relevant well into the 2030s, and possibly beyond. The modernization program includes not just new ammunition, but updated avionics, improved targeting systems, and enhanced survivability measures. The goal is to ensure that when the Warthog shows up over a battlefield, it is not just a symbol of American air power, it is a fully current, fully capable weapon system that can defeat the threats of today and tomorrow. That is a significant commitment, and it reflects a broader recognition within the military that platforms do not need to be new to be effective. They need to be right for the mission. And when it comes to close air support, to protecting American soldiers and allied forces on the ground, to destroying hardened targets, to loitering over a contested area and providing sustained firepower, there is still nothing in the world quite like the A-10 Warthog. It was built for war. It has survived war. And with these new weapon systems in its arsenal, it is ready for whatever comes next. The Warthog was never supposed to be elegant. It was never supposed to be the most advanced aircraft in the sky. It was supposed to be survivable, lethal, and reliable in the most brutal conditions imaginable. 50 years later, it is all three, and then some. The enemies who thought this aircraft was on its way out just received a very clear message from the United States Air Force. The A-10 is not going anywhere. And with the ammunition it is carrying now, you do not want to be anywhere near its target. If you found this breakdown valuable, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We go deep on US military aviation, weapons technology, and defense strategy every single week. Drop a comment below and let us know. Do you think the A-10 deserves to keep flying, or is it finally time to pass the torch to the next generation? We want to hear from you. And if you want to see more content like this, check out our latest video right here. We will see you in the next one.